Welcome one and all!
India's richest man, Mukesh Ambani, has bought the iconic British toy retailer Hamleys for an undisclosed sum. The Reliance Brands Limited of India, which is owned by Mr Mukesh Ambani, said it had signed an agreement to buy the company from China's Sea Banner International, which had acquired it in 2015. Hamleys, which was founded in 1760s, is the world's oldest toy retailer and has 167 stores across 18 countries. Reliance Industries already operates 88 Hamleys stores across 29 Indian cities. According to the Forbes, the 62-year-old Mr Ambani is worth $50.7 billion. In the statement, the CEO of Reliance Brands Limited said, "The worldwide acquisition of the iconic Hamley brand is a long-cherished dream come true." Hamley has last year reported a £9.2 million loss, blaming Brexit and the threat of terrorism for the downturn. It had opened 4 stores in the UK but later closed 2. However, its flagship stores in London's Regent Street, which opened in 1881, continues to be one of the city's major attractions. Set over 7 floors, it has an estimated 50,000 lines of toys on sales. So what do you think of the new acquirements of Mr Ambani of India, who is the richest person in India, acquiring the world's largest toy makers of UK, Hamleys? In New Delhi, November 26th, with tremendous opportunities for taking, the majority of British companies are looking to increase their investments in India, even as there are areas that requires further improvement in ease of doing businesses. According to the UK-India Business Council, a grouping that represents around 100 companies from India and the UK, the Councils of Group CEO Richard Hill also said the application of liberalizations in India is not uniform, as certain measures are not percolating down the system. Companies which are engaged with India are increasing their engagements. There are tremendous opportunities for the UK businesses of all sizes and complexions, both now and in the future, he told in an interview. He also said that a vast majority of the UK companies are looking to increase their presence and investments in India. The UK is the leading investor in India with investment worth around USD of $24 billion, excluding the foreign portfolio inflows from the UK, among others, as per estimates cited in the Council's 3rd annual Ease of Doing Businesses in India survey report by the World Bank. There are areas where we have seen significant improvements, and there are areas where we would like to see further improvements, said Hill, adding that the factors such as electricity connectivity and digitalizations are hugely positive. About the overall business climate, Hill also said there are a lot of positiveness that are coming through, but it is necessary percolating down the system. The application of liberalization is not uniform. The messaging among the politicians and the senior bureaucrats is very strong and positive, but as you move down, the execution is not good as we thought or good as we like to see, said Hill. As per the survey, the UK businesses remain largely positive about the improvements in the ease of doing businesses in India, but there are concerns about the pace and the execution of the reforms. To a query about how the bilateral ties could be about Brexit, Hill opined that there is a special relationship and it could be even a more special relationship. There is a lot the UK can learn from India, and that we are seeing in companies coming here and investing in process and product development, which has a benefits back in UK. It improves the efficiency of our businesses. The United Kingdom has decided to move out of the European Union as a move which commonly known as the Brexit, which is Britain exits the European Union. So what do you think of UK going to fledge and pour a lot of investments into Indian companies and bringing UK companies to India? Will there be any large number of job opportunities, or these are going back to UK from India like used to be in the olden days? Indian companies, including Mahindra, which is setting up the first ever Indian automotive plant in United States, are increasing their investment in America. The US Secretary of State Rex Tillerson said today. US companies and the products have everyday presence in the lives of Indians, and we see increasing investments by the Indian companies in America, including a Mahindra vehicle plant that will open this month in Detroit, the first ever Indian automotive manufacturing plant in the US. Tillerson said at a joint press conference with the External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj of India. Mahindra plans to roll out of road utility vehicles from the Detroit plant. Tillerson added that besides partnering on the issues related to regional and global stability, both the US and India continue to benefit from their strong economic bonds. Our two countries have a history of trade that dates back to 18th century, long before the independence of either one of our nations, said Tillerson. He also said, as the part of the growing trade relationship between the two nations, the first shipment of American crude oil arrived in India at the beginning of this month, making the first US oil export to India in more than 4 decades. Continued, all the sales have a potential to boost the bilateral trade by up to $2 billion per year. In fact, US-India trade relationship, which reached nearly $150 billion last year, touches many parts of the lives both of our country and the citizens, said Tillerson. After United States, UK, the Britain is keen on expanding its trade with India, a minister said today, asserting that there is a scope to further strengthening the thriving bilateral economic relationship in London. The Ministry of State for Asia and Pacific in the Foreign and the Commonwealth Office, Mark Field, who recently returned from the visit to India, said, "During my visit, I saw for myself the strength of India-UK partnership. Our economic relationship is thriving, and we want to expand our £16 billion bilateral trade, generating jobs and developing skills," Mark Field told the members of Indian Journalist Associations. He also said the UK was one of the largest G20 investors in India, and the Indian companies have already created 110,000 jobs in UK, making them Britain's second largest international job creators. Mark Field also said there will be 1.5 million Indians in the UK who contribute richly to the British society. Over 470,000 Indians come to UK each year to visit, to study or to do business in the country. And with no cap on the student visas, we continue to attract the best and the brightest students to our world-class universities. 160,000 Indian students over the past 10 years has been in UK, said Field. He also said that the Britain's strong relationship with India will continue even after the Brexit. Our message is that it is the business as usual, he stated. So what do you think of India is pouring its investment in US and UK? Will there be any race against India and China to both these countries?
UK's worst and the best airlines for inbound delays revealed. A list of most and the least punctual airlines is released, prompting calls for more to be done to help the consumers affected. More than a quarter of flights into the UK are delayed. New figure climbs. An examination of more than 850,000 flights into UK airports found that 20% arrived more than 15 minutes late. At the top of 5 worst airlines for the delays are Air Transat, 45% of the flights are delayed, always, and Icelandair 44%, and Norwegian 40%, Malaysia 40%, Air Canada at 36%. And if you go through the 5 best airlines for the delays are KLM with 12%, Qatar with 14%, and Liberia 16%, Aer Lingus with 8%, Etihad at 18%, Ryanair with 23%, British Airways 26%, and EasyJet 34% were in the middle of the table of 35 airlines, while the best performing budget airlines were Flybe with 18% and Wizz Air with 18%. The editor of Which magazine, Richard Headland, said, "The flight delays are one of the most annoying things about traveling. These figures shows just how frequently flights fail to reach their destination on time. If you're unlucky enough to experience a severe delay, compensation is available and people should claim what they are rightly entitled to. We know that the resolving compliance with airlines can be a very tricky process, so we are calling on the next government to legislate for a new mandatory transport ombudsman. The passengers who are experiencing delay may be able to claim the compensation under European Union laws, but airlines can escape the payments if they are able to show the disruption was caused by factors like extreme weather or airport strikes. A spokesperson for Air Transat said, "The statistics in this report do not take into account the delay caused by the factors beyond our control, such as weather and air control. When these factors are excluded, our punctuality rate is in fact 78%. So what do you think UK's airlines delays?
Post your comments below, and if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and follow us on social networks and subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching. This is WC Daily. Think big, think different. Bye.